From TMZ, Target Pride controversy, bomb threat from angry LGBTQ ally deemed a hoax. So this involves us, and it happened on Friday. I get a text message asking me if it was true, and sure enough, there's an email. The email says that Target is full of swear word cowards who turned their back on the LGBT community and decided to cater to the homophobic right-wing redneck bigots, blah, 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 blah. It then says they're going to target a bunch of locations. The email is listed as being sent to members at timcast.com. We never received this email. Cleveland 19 News published it. We never received that email. So I don't know where they got it from. I wonder if someone sent them a screenshot and they, like morons, just publish it.
Yeah.
Well, this is what I wanted to ask you about, because you were talking about this over the weekend and you said that you got a similar email, but not the same one. So I'm curious, why would they make something similar and not show the actual one? How could they have gotten access to it?
No idea. They could have spoofed our email, sent an email to Cleveland 19, but spoofed it so that it appeared like it was sent to us and not them, but they receive it. But that just goes to show how stupid these people are by publishing an email that wasn't sent to them, but was sent to a different address.
Yeah.
Unless the email was sent to them as fake, or Cleveland 19 actually staged the hoax themselves.
My guess is that somebody made a...
I mean, hey, that's big news. Then that forces us, one of the biggest shows on live streaming on YouTube, to talk about it.
Well, the great thing is, if you're a liberal and something supports your perspective, you can say, oh, hey, here's a screenshot of an email. I promise it's really, really true, and send it to the media and they'll publish it.
That's nuts.
It's wild.
Assume it's fake before you do anything.
This is the article from Cleveland 19 News. They say Cleveland 19 News receives bomb threat against 5 targets as store faces LGBTQ controversy. But for some reason, they published an email that supposedly was sent to us, which we never received.
So what, like just photoshopped? Someone photoshopped on the email address?
I'd like to know what made this news organization think it was good journalism to publish an email that wasn't sent to them without confirming with us if we received it when we didn't.
That's a very fair point.
They were just like, hey, someone claims Tim Pool's company received its email. Run it in full.
Wait, so do you know who reached out to them? What did they claim? Like a source from
No
Tim
idea.
Pool's? They just published it.
No one from here communicated with them, and we did not receive that email. I got a text from someone else saying, is this email real? I saw it and I said, what is this? We immediately checked. This email does not exist. We've never gotten it. No idea what this is. So what happens? Did someone email? Like, how is it that Cleveland 19 received an email? And by the way, I know we're getting into the weeds, but several stores were evacuated over this.
Oh, so this was part of that
They immediately
evacuation.
call the police for several evacuations. I mean, I don't know.
You know what
Do we have a lawsuit against them for publishing this?
You know what happens in the future now? The person that's just the kind of read the news a little bit every now and then on a few websites sees this and says, oh, that Timcast, that fringe group of people that was encouraging this awful, bomb scare at a Target. And that's what's forever in their head.
I think if they don't retract
No, it looks like we're the ones who reported it. It looks like we received it and alerted the news and law enforcement.
Well, I guess, you'd have to make a lot of assumptions to get there, I guess, with them.
The only assumption you can make here is that we received this and forwarded it to the press and law enforcement, or to law enforcement who gave it to the press or something like that. The email came from, the image says to members at timcast.com. We never got this. The email does not exist. I don't know what this is or how they got it. So it looks fake and they ran it. The assumption from any regular person is going to be that we are the ones who received it first and passed it on.
Mm-hmm. That is very strange.
It's very strange. It's very, very weird.
Is this from the perspective of the person who received the email, or from the person that sent it, looking at a draft? Or
received. It's a complete email that says from and to. So I'm curious, why didn't this company reach out to us? I mean, maybe, I don't know, maybe they tried and nobody answered them. It was Memorial Day weekend. Maybe that was the point. Mm-hmm. Why would they run this story without confirming with us first how they received an email that was sent to us but went to them instead?
Yeah.
Unless someone sent them a picture of an email saying, hey, look at this thing. It wasn't us. That email doesn't exist.
Yeah, it's hard to even figure out what their angle would be for doing something like this.
I don't know.
It's weird.
At first, I tweeted that I thought it was a hoax intended to smear the left. Mm-hmm. And the purpose of putting our name on it was to force us to talk about it on the show, which they've successfully done. Now, I think honestly, it's a possibility, but the simple solution is just the left uses violence and threats to gain political power. By maximizing PR reach, they make sure everybody knows they will come after them. That's it.
Interesting.
There's no reason to smear the left by faking something like this with a false flag, because the left literally goes out and firebombs buildings.
So to be clear, you're saying you do think that this is a hoax, this particular story?
I'm saying that I believe the email was actually sent by a leftist.
Okay.
Intending to threaten these establishments. Not that they actually, it's a bomb threat hoax because they didn't plant any bombs, but the real purpose was psychological terror from someone who was likely on the left trying to threaten people and say, these are the things that they do.
Has Target issued any kind of statement about this?
Not that I'm aware.
Yeah, I know that it was being claimed, I mentioned earlier, that people who are boycotting Target are extremists, and haven't heard too much from the left about this.
No. What a mess this email is. Any reporter that had done even a moment of thinking, I would think, would be like, this email was written to someone at a Target because it's talking about your targets, doing this to your targets, except the two email addresses.
We are sending you a message. See, that's the other thing about it. It was sent to members allegedly sent to members at Timcast.com saying they were sending us a message threatening us.
And then look below the addresses. We will continue to, the email says.
We'll just.
Your targets. What are they talking about? Like they're sending it to a Target administrator. If they're saying your targets, they're talking about, but it's the email address is not a Target email address.
So pretty much some leftist drank too much Bud Light one night, wrote this email, sent it off, and it got reported as real.
No, it's more sophisticated than that.
I know.
Because they would have had to have spoofed our email and then dropped the email. So they would have had to have used some kind of spoofing so that it went to Cleveland 19, but used our email address instead, which is not a simple feat. It's not the most complicated feat, but the average person's not going to be able to do it. You're not some random leftist slamming a Bud Light and then doing this. You're some hacker or someone with a general knowledge on how to spoof email addresses.
Or BCC, because I think the BCC, the blind carbon
copy. We did not
copy,
receive the email, meaning it never went to us, which means it was a spoof.
So it could have been
unless Cleveland 19 themselves made the fake email intentionally to get news for themselves.
Well, also, we just have a screenshot here, right?
Yep.
It's extremely easy to just inspect Element in your browser, type in a fake email address under from, so they wouldn't even have to be able to spoof an email address, right? Like anyone could do that.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if somebody who worked at Cleveland 19 fabricated the email.
It kind of looks like
telling you, man, the age of deep fakes, they want people
want you on
really
the
defensive.
Yeah. This is what they published. The quality's super low.
You can see like the little outlines inside those. That's like what Seamus is saying. It could be done very easily, within the browser. Just inspect, edit the text, and then it looks so bad. You can just tell it doesn't look like it's. Yeah, I don't know. It seems fake.
Yeah. I mean, I have no idea who faked it or why. Like I said, it's a very strange thing. I'm trying to figure out the motivation, but.
I mean, I think Tim's right. I think they're just trying to make it seem that like we will come after you. We will make this a thing. And again, they like literally Tim was saying a second ago, might is right to them. They believe that the power is everything. So having the power to then show we will use this power is everything.
Also, sowing confusion, man.
Here's the other thing. I tweeted that this email's not real on I think the 27th, and they've not done anything.
Like CBS 19 or
Cleveland?
Who's the name of
this?
this?
And other people were like sharing
Cleveland
the link
19.
being like, yo, Tim Pool's like, they don't have this email. It's not a real email and they don't care. That's why I'm like, I think maybe they did it.
Right. Yeah. Adds credence.
Or maybe there's a leftist who works there who fabricated the email, put our name on it to generate a bunch of attention, knowing that it'll spark controversy.
Yeah. Could be it too.
There you go. I don't know, man. But they ended up evacuating a bunch of different Target shops over
Utah,
it.
though.
All those Ohio stores that they were listed on there?
No, these are Utah.
Which is very far away, which is really odd.
It's very weird.
Yeah.
How far away is that Ohio place? That's like we're a couple hours away.
Ohio's about 5.5 hour drive from here.
Yeah, but
those locations.
Those locations.
Yeah, the Kent. That's like where I went to college. Is Kent State.
Yeah, it's pretty far away.
Yeah, Utah is even further. It's like at least 22 hours drive. So
the emails that we got were different. Kind of like the idea was similar, and it listed the name of other prominent culture war individuals. And so I'm like the email thread was sent to various people, and I'm like, okay, this is weird. But I think it's a spoof. It's not real.
Yeah.
There's some degree of sophistication. The question is, who did it? Was it a leftist actually targeting these stores? That's Occam's razor suggests.
Was it AI?
Well, but then here's the question, right? Because you mentioned you did get an email that was similar, but not the same as this one. So how could the news network have spoofed it if they had no idea that you got a similar email? Like that's what's weird about it to me, is you did get a similar email.
They're the ones who did it? I don't know.
Oh, they're the ones who sent you the initial email, but then why not just show the actual email?
I have no idea.
Muddling. They're muddling. People have muddled the conversation. Rather than building another beer brand, we're talking about what confused us yesterday. And that's
Fair point, dude.
That's a war
like
tactic.
that.
You want people turning in circles.
Someone in chat said Jussie Smollett did it.
Yeah. Thanks for watching this clip from the Timcast IRL podcast. Hang out with us live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. and become a member over at timcast.com for uncensored, members-only shows exclusive. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you all next time.